Surprise number 4, and a welcome surprise, is that Festool hadn't changed the location or size of the pair of M5 tapped holes in the Domino base plate. Obviously Festool use these for their own accessories, but the presence of these fixing points, something that isn't on any other handheld jointing system, as far as I'm aware, has enabled and encouraged the growth of a vast ecosystem of third-party accessories, not least of which is the Domino plate, a kind of fixed fence with many advantages, especially when you're working regularly with specific material thicknesses. This is my original from Seneca Woodworking. Benchmark Tools has one, TSO as well, I think, and I'll have one coming along shortly too. All of these could have been completely derailed, of course, by a simple change at Festool's end, not necessarily out of malice, but I'm sure if they felt that a change would have been an improvement, they'd have made that change regardless. But the fact that they haven't, as well as being a testament to the original design, of course, means that it can be business as usual for the third-party accessory makers. And lastly, one I'd love to be able to tell you that, surprise, Festool have finally added an 18mm setting to the fence preset on the side of the machine. No, I'm afraid that hasn't happened. We're all still stuck with nothing whatsoever between 16 and 20mm. I can't begin to guess at what the whole redesign has cost, and I don't just mean money, but time, effort, and attention too. But it does start to feel like a bit of an intentional bloody-mindedness not to include one more step in a piece of molded plastic that represents a very commonly used material thickness. The new fence scale on the right side of the machine now is definitely clearer and easier to use than the original, but if the preset step gauge is there for the convenience of the user, then surely excluding a commonly used material thickness is the very opposite of that. In the meantime, like everybody else, I guess, I'll just use the 16mm step and set the fence height against a 1mm packer or shim to get that 9mm midpoint. Yes, it always feels like £1,000 well spent when you use a 20p piece of plastic to set your fence height. But before I call this one done, I do just want to slay one urban myth, one bit of Domino folklore that's grown up around the Domino Mortise width selector. That's the fact that the machine must be running in order to change widths. This came about because back in the day, when the Domino was new and someone without any mechanical knowledge couldn't get their width selector to move, it's basically a little gearbox, and sometimes the gears just hammer to stop where they won't quite mesh together. And the solution is just to blip the power switch and shift the gears around, and the selector would be okay to move. This became a recommendation to make the change with the machine running, but it was never an actual requirement. As long as the selector moves comfortably, there's absolutely no harm in changing the mortise widths with the power off.